just made me feel old, like how much that hurt my groin. Just ugh. The water's really cold.
Joe's not cold?
This mustache. We need some Labatt ice. Maybe a Pabst Blue Ribbon. Good stuff.
Scruff McGruff.
Scruff McGruff for
Chicago, Illinois.
Yeah. Next we're gonna do mustache reviews. On the fly mustache comparisons.
Mine's more like Lethal Weapon. His is more dad at the beer store.
All great dads come with a great mustache. Rocks are when you can tell other people have been canoeing in the area. I really didn't think we were gonna hit that.
So this is the, I think it's 130 or 110 meter portage into Cox Lake. Oh, no, sorry, we're not even on the portage. Just go around to Beaver Dam. Good morning. It is Friday, November the 13th, 2020.
Wait, we're going camping on a Friday the 13th?
Nothing bad will happen yet. So we are taking advantage of some quite warm weather here in Ontario in late October, early November. So we're actually going to Kawartha Lake, or Kawartha Highlands. First time we've ever been here. So we've got the hot tent this weekend. We're going for one night, canoe camping into, I think it's Loucks Lake, I believe. So there's no portage before the campsite, so we're going in heavy. We're gonna set up shop and then explore as much of Kawartha as we can before the sun sets at 4:35 o'clock. So that's the plan. It's a little chilly. It's 1 degree Celsius. I can confirm that our upper lips are quite warm, but we got to be careful a little bit. It is hunting season. I see some people wearing orange across the lake there. We saw a deer on the way up, so we're not going to do much bushwhacking because we don't have any blaze on us, but away we go. So far on Longer Lake and Long Lake, just impressive Canadian Shield shoreline on the north shore. Like, it's impressive. It's things like this that make you feel small. The water is quite deep.
This is the first time that Evan and I have been into this particular provincial park, and it definitely reminds you of other spots in Ontario. It's dotted with some small sort of off-grid type cottages and cabins around the shore, but this time of year it's not too busy, so we haven't seen any boats or anything to this point in time, but it's definitely, like, it's turned out to be a much nicer day than I thought it was going to be when we got in the car this morning.
So we're exiting Long Lake and entering Loucks Lake. Little narrows. I think we've passed 3 campsites at least. So just like all other parks, portages are marked in yellow, campsites in orange. And our lake is packed with cottages. Just packed.
Nothing that's big anyway. We've made it to our campsite. Evan and I are about to set up the hot tent. He's done it before, I haven't, so see how it goes. Kind of looks like the stovepipe from a Dr. Seuss movie, but yeah, get the job done. After we finished setting up camp, we wanted to see a little bit more of what Kawartha Highlands Provincial Park had to offer. We only had a small amount of daylight remaining and decided to trek the short distance from Loucks Lake to Cox Lake. This little section of the park would require us to traverse a small river creek system between the 2 lakes and find our way over 2 minor portages. Well, made it. I think only Evan got 1 foot wet. How wet did you get? That wet or? A nice soaker when it's 3 to 4 degrees out. Not the best.
I kept Her Highness's feet dry though.
Yep. Did not get a single drop of water on my feet. Although these shoes are also waterproof, as opposed to Evan's are mesh, so, you know, plan for your adventure, that's what I always say. As we're about to crash into a bunch of rocks, slow her down here. I think we want to go that way. I didn't see that. I didn't see it at all. What is it? It's like I feel like the Titanic right now. Where? I still don't see it. Oh, there it is. I see the big white marker on it now. I didn't see that at all. Good thing we took Evan's boat on this trip. Another beaver dam twice as high. All right, let's paddle up to that one and see what there is to see. Honestly, in the summertime, this wouldn't be that bad because you don't mind getting your feet wet. Your feet are already wet. The water's warmer, higher. But when it's this chilly, you don't want to get soaked.
And we're up. So just go around the beaver dam. And then the portage is just right there, and the Cox. I don't see any other beaver dams, so that's nice. Wind is picking up though. Switch directions. It's now coming from the prevailing west.
As always, I haven't taken a good look at the map, but I do not believe that either of those obstructions were noted on the map. So if you are here, if you're trying to head from, I think, what is it, Loucks Lake to Cox Lake, just be aware that unless something changes between now and your trip, that there are going to be a few putovers.
Okay, so now we have made it to the 110 meter portage into Cox. Actually, it says 23 meter.
23 meters. Oh, map is reading good.
I was just going around this little boulder garden.
I'm gonna go take a look at the old boulder garden. See what there is to see. Based on this spike in the ground and the log that I'm witnessing and the way these rocks are stacked, that this was a man-made adventure at one point in time.
So we've got one backpacked, got some roadies, some water. But other than that, we're traveling pretty light, so we're making good time. Basically just trying to get to a couple lakes, see what we see, because I don't know when we're going to be back to Kawartha. Nice little stream. And the wind is actually picking up more and more as we go. We're traveling right into it. We don't have very much weight in the boat, so she's not as stable as she would be if we were fully loaded. You can see here some foam collecting. Usually that means there's some potential white caps out here. Yeah, not too bad. Not great either though. This put-in's a bit dodgy. We'll set her down, have a think. Trip like this definitely has a different feel. There's cottages all around. You know, it took us a couple hours maybe to get to our campsite. We brought a lot of gear. Yeah, you just don't feel as secluded as normal, so it definitely doesn't feel like we're camping like we normally do. So, and once night hits and the fire's going, maybe it'll feel a lot more like camping.
I just want to say I'm sorry for making fun of Evan for not knowing the distance of the portage, because clearly Unlossified map probably has it correct and the sign's wrong. That was definitely more than 23 meters, probably closer to 100 meters.
Some would say 110.
Approximately 110 meters. mustaches.
I thought you were going in.
So, like everything that we do, we miss all the good stuff on our footage. But we just about dumped the boat multiple times trying to get on that portage. Evan says it's because I had one sighting, so now I'm all boozed up. But I think he was purposely trying to dump me because I couldn't see what he was doing behind, but I almost went in on each side of the boat. I think
You say we, but I wasn't in the boat.
yeah, I don't know what was happening, but I almost went down on the right side. Then I thought I was just sitting straight. Almost went down on the left side. Ugh, it was exciting. We're on the portage trail, the last one before we get back to camp. So we just pulled some wood from here to bring back with us because at the campsite everything is picked so clean that there's really nothing to burn. We found one log, but it's not the greatest and it's really thick. It takes us a lot of time to cut through it, so found some stuff that's a pretty good size here. I'll make cutting and splitting a lot easier. And if we brought too much back, well, there'll be something over there for the next person to try and find and cut, so you can't really have too much. Can't have too much of a good thing. There you go. That's actually one good thing about doing the winter camps, though, is that you drink nice cold water. In the summertime when we're out camping, you're thirsty and you grab a drink and it's just hot, like it makes you hotter. So it's always nice in the spring trip, and it'll be nice today too to have a drink of ice cold water. Mountain cold. Cold certified. Starting to get a little bit dark, so I'm guessing it's around 4:30. We're making dinner over here on the fire, and we got pretty good dinner, I think. A couple steaks each. There's tiny ones though. Mushrooms, peppers, and I think it's sour cream and chive sidekick, something like that. The mushrooms, peppers in a frying pan. Nora's going on the stove in a pot of water, and then the steak we're just going to cook right on the grill. I've never been to this park before. Evan claims this is very similar to Frontenac, but it's got a pretty cool little fire pit grill thing going on that just flips over, so it should be easy enough to cook on it. So. It's quite nice out this morning. Sun's shining. We got the stove going again so we can start cooking breakfast. Evan's got the twig stove going to make some coffee on it. It looks beautiful out, like a nice summer morning, but it is very cold. I'm guessing somewhere between 0 and 5 degrees. Certainly warmer than it was at parts overnight. It started to get a little bit frosty.
It is it's probably around 9:30, and it's a brisk morning. The wind is up a bit today. I don't know if you can see on the lake behind me. It's blowing, not surprisingly, right into our face. So we're going to be headed down the lake this way. Should be with a prevailing wind, but I think today we're going to be fighting it. And it's brisk. I'm going to be wearing gloves today. Last night was pretty good. It wasn't that cold in the tent. I mean, it was quite warm. And then, you know, by 2, 3 in the morning, it gets a little colder when the fire's out. But as long as you have a good sleeping pad and a good sleeping bag, you're good. Nice sunny day. Not much clouds in the sky, so it's cold. But I think it was a pretty successful trip.
Sun's out now, and Evan and I are paddling. We're getting close. You can see his truck. It's a lot warmer. We made, I think, reasonably good time, because I didn't think we'd be this close to getting out already. It seemed to fly by pretty quickly. It's still Movember. Make sure you check out somebody's Movember page and donate. It's a good cause towards men's mental health and a few different types of men's cancer.